Hello, this is Gene. This is going to be a little bit different than normal. Um, Last week, my last video I did, the next day I had some issues. So I'm going to talk about that in this video to help people. Um, Tuesday morning I woke up and I was peeing brown, which is kind of strange. I mean, it's kind of scared me a little bit, but I figured that I'll just take more water and maybe just, I don't know, I worked out pretty hard the day before for me. I'm trying to get back after a while of being not doing anything. So, so I was doing that and I figured I just did that and maybe I just dehydrated myself. 2 or 3 hours later I went back again. This time I actually passed a blood clot. I actually could see it. And that's when I really got concerned. And of course, what you do at that point is you go online and you start seeing what it is. Pretty quickly it said it's bladder cancer. Anytime you have any, what they call gross signs of blood, something you can actually see instead of being microscopic. So that night I got it, again, I tried to fill up as much as I could, but still in the morning I was peeing brown. And then of course you look in, obviously you're waiting to see if it's going to happen again, and you find even more stuff. Maybe I got liver cancer or something like that. And I've had cancer before in my bowels 30 years or 20 years ago. So, so I just wanted to let you know that that's what's happening with me. So what happened is I went to the ER the next morning, and they took some tests with me, and they took me to CT and they found a mass in my bladder, about a 1 centimeter blast or mass in my bladder. So the ER guy came in there to tell us that, and he was it's like, I'm sorry we had to meet this way, but it looks like you might have cancer or something. So of course, 20 years would have to meet the first time, almost 20 years ago. All my kids were really young, and back then I almost wanted to fight God for doing this to me. Now my kids are older. I know it would still impact me if something happened to me, if something happened to me, but it's a different type of area in my life. So I didn't start yelling at God, let's say. I started thinking about if it was really the bad part of it, and then how that would affect me as a man. And I'll try to talk about that a little bit as well at the end of this. So I was there for a while, about 4 or 5 hours, and they filled me up, and I started clean, peeing clear. But later in the day, I actually passed another blood blob. So I started thinking maybe I'm just gonna flush it all out, whatever it is. I'm gonna flush it out, and I'll be fine. So I went and saw the urologist Wednesday. This is all this week. Okay. Wait a second. Yeah, last week, Wednesday. And he did some other tests, checked my prostate to make sure that it was fine, all that stuff. And he said, you know what, we're going to have to go in and probably do a procedure called a TURB. And I'll link it below, so I'll let you know what it is. And I've had scope in my urethra before. I had issues with I had a stricture in there, so I wasn't really worried about them doing that. I know it hurts like shit, but then I started looking about what they could do and all the stuff they could do. So it was scheduled for Tuesday, and I said, you know, doctor, I really would like you guys to order another CT, this time with contrast, because of my issues before, and I just want to make sure that it's not spreading. If I just know it's not spreading, then I know that I can fight it, and I have at least time to spend time with my family, let's say, if it was the worst scenario. He said, yeah, we should do that since you have that history. So, was it Thursday morning? Oh, Friday morning, excuse me. I went to the local area, they did it, and about 2 hours later, I got the results, and it showed no mass whatsoever. So, I'm going, oh God. So what I thought about was I just flushed it out, so clearly there's nothing wrong with me, and I can move on with my life. So I talked to the doctor, and course, he wasn't around on Friday. They're off on Friday. But I called him on Monday. I said, is it possible that I don't really have to do this? Maybe I just come in the office and just do a scope so I don't have to go underneath and all that. And but of course, I had to wait till 6 o'clock that night for him to respond to that. And he said, it's up to me, but he thinks we still should go in there because he said that CTs sometimes lie. So I asked another friend that's a radiologist, a guy that works with a radiologist, gave him my history, and he said that it could be just a big blood clot, and possibly you don't have a tumor, or it might be masking a smaller tumor. So I decided to go and do it on Tuesday. Maybe another video I'll talk about the people that helped me there, but they were very nice, especially an older woman, about 5 feet. She was like, I lost my mom a long time ago, and I lost my wife's mom, so I didn't have any maternal figures in my life. So it was weird that she was very caring to me, and I know that's part of her job, but she said, you're going to be fine, all that stuff, and that just made me, I didn't need any sedatives after that. I was kind of okay. So came in, procedure only had to happen like 20 minutes. So I went back there at 9, and I woke up at 9:45, and the doctor was walking past, and he said, yeah, it was a very small one, about the size of a rice, so 1 to 2 millimeters, and they took it out and cauterized the area, and then a little bit later, they put something in my catheter, and I still have one on right now, which is so fun. So they put some chemo in there, and I had to go through that, and that was probably the most painful one. Because once they cauterize the muscle in your body, because the bladder is a muscle, so it's been damaged. Let's say it's been traumatized. So when I turn over every 15 minutes, I had to turn over so they could just swirl it around inside your bladder. And when I got to the point where it was the back of the wall where it was, it hurt like shit. And then after that, the spasms came. Again, like I said, it's a muscle, and if you burn it, it's going to probably spasm, and that happened for a while. Stopped Wednesday, the day after. Today is Thursday, and the reason why I have my Orlando City thing on, I was supposed to go. My wife bought me some tickets for my birthday, which is supposed to be this weekend. I was going to go see them play. I don't feel like dealing with that. I mean, I'm not going to get my catheter till Monday. I don't want to deal with people bunking into me and all day long worried about that and worrying that something might happen. And I know around here in Florida we have a lot of people that have them. I've seen guys walking around with them or having a bag on their side. So I'm used to it, but those are people that are a lot older than me. So what this video was is just those of you, people that follow me are like 99% women, or I wish they were women, right? They're men, usually younger. And this is usually a disease that's for guys that are like 70-year-olds or older. My first cancer was young too as well, so apparently I have something in me that allows me to have cancer earlier than most. But I think that you make sure that you, if you see anything crazy in your urine stream or anything different going on, don't just be, especially the men, just don't man up and say, oh, it's nothing. Because once you feel something different in your body, especially when it's coming out of your urine, that means that something's going inside your body. And hopefully this will be just. The doctor said it looks like it's a low grade. Said it looked like cauliflower. You go online and it says that's what low grades look like. So I'm hoping it's that. If it's not, because it's so small, and we caught it early, might be other type of procedures I'll have to go through. Of course, the thing that I was really worried about, and I talked about earlier in this thing, is that if it was actually in the walls of the bladder, that some of the just procedures is you actually lose your bladder, and having to walk around again. People do it, and I respect people that have to go through that. I've had people in my family that lost parts of their colon and stuff, and they had to have this stuff on the side of them, to get out the waste. But I wasn't ready to do that at 50. So, and it relates to how you feel as being as a man and stuff. So, and everything is also, I mean, my depression after my stroke and all that stuff is related, and it all comes back. So the reason why I started this channel in the first place is for that rehab, to get my emotions out there, and also and then eventually it came to the point where I was talking about political stuff and sports things, or as well. So as you know, that I'm kind of like sitting to the side now because I have a leg bag for my catheter, and I just want to make sure that it goes right and it doesn't hurt me while I'm talking here. But if you see anything different, just a lot of what happens with bladder cancer is that they'll get the pee, be like brown, and then they'll take some water, and then a couple days later it's gone, and then during that time it's actually getting bigger and bigger, and if it starts going into the walls, then it's something a lot worse, and then shit that will kill you. I mean, they can take care of it pretty well if you get it early, but it will kill you. About 16,000 people die from it every year. We are diagnosed about 80,000 a year in the United States. So it's not one of the most, it's not rare, but it's not the most popular ones either. It's, everything that they say, we've always heard this, that whatever you eat is probably going to lead to it. So if you guys notice anything, just, just go ahead and do it. Go to the ER, let them work you up. Even if they don't give you any result and it keeps coming back, always be an advocate for yourself. My first cancer, it was like I was going to healthcare or synth call all the time, and they almost think they thought I was malingering, trying to get out of going to work and shit. I had a very easy job, so that wasn't the case, but eventually, it manifested itself, and they had to do it, and they realized that what they thought was wrong, and they almost basically, to a man and a woman, apologized to me after they found out I had a tumor. So I will never not advocate for myself. Just because you think it's a little bit different, the internet will scare you, because when you go up there and you see the symptoms and stuff, but at the same time you should use it as a tool to help you in making your decisions. So that's really all I had to do to talk about this. Hopefully next week, when my catheter is out and I feel a bit better, we'll talk more about what's going on. Like at Berkeley, we had another problem with that. Kotler's speech got canceled. You guys know what I talk about, that the alt-right probably shouldn't be getting involved with this. Yes and no. I understand the side, but just us go out there acting like we're going to fight people. Our ideas have to be better, and if they're better, that will win the day. And we'll just try to keep opening up and waking up more people. I do support you guys for watching me. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. You guys have a good day. Bye.